Hi, I'm James.
I'm Isaac.
Welcome to Comics on the Rocks.
This is a show we're making to talk about comics and shit, because that's what we're into.
Movies, basically any pop culture, things to do with superheroes, zombies, whatever. Anything that they're writing a graphic novel about.
And it's not like we're super educated on this stuff. We're just your average comic book lovers,
So most of the time we're going to be talking about things that are more of an interest to us, but we're hoping to expand our horizons to make a show more suited for people like you who are into other things.
To start off, we're going to talk about Iron Man 3, which just came out. It's a topic that not only comic book lovers will like to talk about, but pretty much everyone. Iron Man 3 is one of the biggest blockbusters of the summer.
He is a giant ladies' man. So he seems to appeal to everyone. Anyway, so let's go on to the first topic, Iron Man 3. Everyone seemed to enjoy the film. I know I fucking did. Great flick.
I loved it. I don't know if it was just because of all the hype that was built up for it, and I went and saw it, and I was like, oh, this is dope, yo. But I have heard a lot of people trashing this because of how they portrayed the Mandarin.
Personally, I don't have a problem with how it was done. I thought it was handled in a very professional way. Might not have been as true to the comics as, everyone would have liked to see, but the story balanced out perfectly with everything.
If you're looking at it from like an objective point of view where you're just looking at it as a movie, not a comic book movie, it was done brilliantly. It was a crazy twist that the Mandarin actually wasn't the Mandarin. Oh wait,
spoiler alert.
Yeah.
But if you're looking at it from its predecessor, which would be Iron Man 2, and even comparing it to Iron Man 1, that film has come a very long way. Personally, I speak for, speaking for myself from someone who reads comics and stuff like that, I dislike Tony Stark.
Yeah, he's a dick. First of all, he beat Magneto. Let's touch on that for a second.
Oh, okay. Is anyone here familiar with Avengers Vs X-Men? If you're not, go out and read it. It came out last summer. It's a 12-issue series, and it's pretty self-explanatory. The Avengers versus the X-Men.
Best Marvel arc since Civil War. It was amazing.
Yeah, nothing short of what they did. Completely took away from that Omega level mutant Magneto, the master of magnetism, beating the Man of Iron by such a small, stupid fluke.
Not to mention that even though Iron Man's suit is made of carbon fiber or microfiber carbon, I don't know, it was some stupid thing it's not metal anymore. Okay, It's not metal. First off, Magneto will still kick the shit out of him, even if his suit isn't made out of iron. But Tony has shrapnel right beside his heart that is made out of metal. Even if Magneto didn't want to kill him, he doesn't have to push the metal towards his heart, even pull it away. Tony Stark will be incapacitated for the next 24 hours. The pain he's going to be in is going to be immense.
Wouldn't even come, aside from that, unless Iron Man's suit is producing some anti-magnetic field around the entire area where that battle's going, he could just pull the iron out of the ground, you know what I mean, and easily subdue Iron Man in that way.
Anyways, back to the topic of Iron Man 3. That was a little side note.
Yeah. But one of the things that I took away from this, and the reason why I think that, there's that huge cover-up between the Mandarin actually being an actor in the film and then Killian being the real Mandarin, the whole point of that was a distraction to divert you from the fact that there was no AC/DC included in Iron Man 3 whatsoever. Sure, they made up for that with the ending credits, having that whole 80s Knight Rider ending to the movie, which was brilliant. I absolutely loved that, and I enjoyed that almost as much as I enjoyed the entire film. But, AC/DC is that one band that's going around releasing an album for the movie, which happened for Iron Man 1 and 2, maybe. Not entirely sure if it was for both of them.
And even in the Avengers, you hear AC/DC and it's like, oh shit, Iron Man's coming.
Exactly. That's his jam.
That's his thing.
It's his jam.
And then in this, he has his jam and he does this fucking weird R&B music and he's like, yeah. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
That was bullshit.
It was a memorable scene, but, I liked the scene. They made it work. I don't see how they could put AC/DC into that scene.
He shouldn't have been dancing like that. That's how I don't know. That's what I think.
Okay. Well, anyways,
I
think we've covered Iron Man 3. If you haven't seen it, go out and check it out. If you have, go watch it again. And we'd love to hear your feedback on what you think of the film in the comments section below.
Maybe before we end this, we should touch on Iron Patriot.
Oh shit! All
'Cause
right.
that's kind of a touchy subject too. Like the Mandarin is the main one, but Iron Patriot is a very close second.
Iron Patriot would be the one that I actually disliked
Yeah,
the
'cause
most about the film.
I'm actually not. Don't kill me. I'm not that big of a fan of the Mandarin. I never really. Well, I haven't really read any. I've read Iron Man comics, but not enough to know who the Mandarin really is. So I guess that's why I'm okay with him being an actor. But Iron Patriot, he's Norman Osborn.
Yeah.
I understand that Sony has the rights to Norman Osborn, but Iron Patriot is still an Iron Man character, so Marvel and Disney have the rights to Iron Patriot.
I think they potentially ruined the plot to have maybe the Dark Avengers appear in a film later down the line, whether it be for
Well, 'cause
Spider-Man itself or if they do end up somehow tying in the Dark Avengers with the Avengers and have this nice fight going on in a film.
like I understand they tried to stay as loyal as they could without having the rights to Norman Osborn by making Iron Patriot like a sleeper cell where he's appeared as something that's patriotic and good for the country, and then later on Killian hijacks it and uses it for his own gain and for the criminal side of things.
It was still used in the same way though that the Iron Patriot was in the comics,
That's
like
what
you
I'm
know
saying.
to get like the general public kind
That's
of
what,
thing.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. How they stayed true to it with what they had because they don't have
Yeah.
the rights to Norman Osborn.
Okay, so our next subject, probably the most controversial comic going on right now,
Definitely.
Superior Spider-Man.
And especially, it's been controversial the entire time, but then this issue comes out, issue 9, the most
This is
recent one.
the issue. Like this is the issue that's quoted to get you more mad than issue 700 ever did.
Issue 700 of The Amazing Spider-Man, by the way, is where Peter Parker loses his body to Doc Ock's mind, and now Doc Ock is in control of Spider-Man.
Yeah. Personally, I wasn't mad at the comic. I was more saddened because it's a very sad comic. If you haven't read it, I would suggest,
By the way, like, both of us at the beginning were like, fuck Superior Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Doc Ock is a bitch. He's not taking over Peter Parker. We refuse to read this. This
yeah,
is bullshit.
we boycotted it, and then we succumbed.
Our friend bought one to spite this guy because he loves fucking show that.
Yeah.
He loves Spider-Man. So our friend bought a comic of Superior Spider-Man, and he showed it to us, and we're like, damn, son, that's a good-ass comic.
It's
So,
really one of the best written comics that I've been reading as of late.
Dan Slott is a genius.
Yeah, he is. Every single issue that I've read, at the end of it, I'm like, God damn, when am I going to get my next Superior Spider-Man fix?
If you have any doubts about Superior Spider-Man but haven't read it,
Just
don't
read
be
it.
prejudiced. Go
Read
read
it.
it.
It's an amazing comic. But, like we were saying with the most recent one, it didn't get me mad, I was upset. And here's the main reason. For anyone who hasn't read the comic and is going to, we're going to be going into full detail and
Yeah,
talking about this. So
spoilers.
this is a spoiler alert once again.
Dude, our whole channel should just be fucking spoiler alert because we're talking about shit.
Yeah, true say.
So fuck you guys, spoiler alert 100% of the time.
Alright, spoiler
Done.
alert's on from the beginning of the show to the end. Alright, so what happened, more or less, is it was a battle of consciousness. Doc Ock went into Peter's mind to, well, he is in his mind anyway, but to go eliminate the last remnants of Peter Parker from his mind.
Because Peter Parker is still there. He has some control over Doc Ock when Doc Ock isn't concentrating. Like, Peter Parker in this, he actually gets control of one of his arms.
Yeah,
And
good old
tries
Grady.
to strangle. Yeah, he tries to strangle himself as
Yeah.
Doc Ock. If you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah. So anyway, battle of consciousness. Peter brings all of his friends and family along, but Ock has been in his mind for I would say a good 4 or 5 months now.
It's really good.
Yeah.
It's sad. It's so sad. It's actually heart-wrenching.
Well, that's the Parker luck.
It is.
If Peter had died in any other way that wasn't so gut-wrenchingly painful to watch and witness or even have done to you, it wouldn't have stayed true to the comics in any way because, as we all know, Peter has the worst luck. Uncle Ben dying, his parents leaving, Gwen dying, Captain Stacy dying, you know what I mean? Guy hasn't had it easy in the 50 years he's been around at all.
Right now, we don't know where Dan Slott is taking this. Is Spider-Man actually out of Doc Ock's mind or not? It leaves it very open-ended at the end of this comic because Doc Ock makes the assumption that the sum of who you are is based on your memories.
Yeah.
So by erasing Peter Parker's memories, Peter Parker's consciousness is now gone. It doesn't go anywhere into like the soul any more like of a deep subject than more the memories. So it's kind of open-ended to say like if Peter Parker is still there or not. So what Dan Slott might be doing if Peter Parker in fact is not there is he might try to be fixing Death. Death has been broken by, I'm pretty sure most of you have seen the video, the Death and Return of Superman.
If you haven't watched this video, when you're done watching this, click the link, go watch it. Amazingly well done.
Yeah, the Death and Return of Superman. I'm sorry I don't remember what the guy's name is that made it, but go check it out. It's amazing.
It was the guy that directed Chronicle. I know Ron Howard's in it briefly.
So was Elijah Wood, and
Yeah.
I think Mandy Moore played Lois Lane, but I'm not sure.
Yeah. Also, speaking of Ron Howard, I don't know if you guys are aware, but on May 26th, Sunday, May 26th, Netflix will be uploading 13 new episodes of Arrested Development. 10 years ago, possibly one of the greatest comedy shows ever made was released. Fox are a bunch of fucking idiots and canceled it when it was at its prime.
Foxed up.
Yeah. Anyway,
Alright,
Max
guys,
Landis, if you're
stealing
watching
the
this,
shit.
what up, Max Landis?
Cool, man.
I know.
Kind of our inspiration, not gonna lie.
Yeah, we saw that, and that was pretty much we kind of want to start
we've been
video.
looking for reviews on different things with comics, and none of them look good. The only
I don't need
good
to
one-
sit there and see someone sitting at their computer desk on their webcam, pulling up a comic, getting all up in your fucking grill, talking about this.
So we just wanted to be like more laid back, like fucking sipping some booze,
Exactly. Okay,
Fuck
so
it.
Max Landis directed the more or less a review of the Death and Return of Superman. And this was a comic that hit in the 90s, mid to late 90s. And it broke Death. And when I say broke Death, I really mean it stopped characters from dying. Well, they would die, but
Superman
then they would
died
get reborn.
and then came back because he wasn't really dead.
It was a birthing sleep.
Yeah, which is
It was like a coma.
Don't worry about it.
I hate-
Watch the fucking video,
Yeah.
then come back.
Not even gonna go into this.
Anyways, since then, it shows in the video as well who has died and come back. It's fucking everybody.
Yeah,
It's
It's-
fucking everybody.
it's brutal.
Anyways, so if this in fact is the end of Spider-Man, this could be fixing Death. The only way Death can be fixed is if it's a popular superhero like Spider-Man. No other superhero would work. Maybe Superman, Batman, something like that.
You can't kill Batman.
I know, because he always wins. Anyways, it has to be someone iconic, or else no one's going to care about it.
The
So
thing is,
with-
they've managed to do it without killing the actual. Like they've got the hero alive, but Peter's dead.
Yeah, exactly. So they keep the iconic figure of Spider-Man, and they can keep making comics about Spider-Man without losing a thing to write about. But Peter Parker is what it seems like to be now officially dead.
Yeah, and Ock's going to be tarnishing his name, considering he's hospitalized about 3 or 4 supervillains and even gone as far to kill one. So.
But at the same time, what I'm saying right now about fixing Death, I don't believe it. I'm saying this is a possibility of what Dan Slott might be doing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that's what he's doing. I do believe Peter Parker will be back.
Within 1 year, by this time next year, Peter Parker will be Spider-Man again. There's no doubt about it. They wouldn't, they can't just erase 50 years worth of stories because, right, that, like, any comic book writer has an immense amount of respect for Stan Lee, and if you don't, you're fucking chode. So, really, by doing that, you're spitting in Stan Lee's face, and I don't think anyone would do that because, he's a respectable guy.
And not to mention, if there are so many writers out there that will want Spider-Man back, Dan Slott's not going to write Superior Spider-Man forever. A new writer comes on, odds are they're going to want Spider-Man back.
Yeah. Okay, so our next topic, we're probably going to be cutting into now, would be the television program Arrow. If you guys haven't been watching it on CTV, is it?
Yeah.
CTV in Canada. I don't know where you guys watch in the States. Oliver Queen's Arrow, cool classic, stranded on an island, comes back. He's an expert marksman. He's going to be cleaning up the mess that his family has helped create, and then a whole bunch of other people have done too. The Uprising or whatever. What the fuck's it called?
Undertaking.
The Undertaking.
Yeah,
Not
he
the
hasn't watched
Uprising.
it as much as I have, so...
I'm behind on 2 episodes. No big deal.
Anyways, we are kind of waiting for the season finale before we do a full review on it. Oh, our audio guy and camera guy are plugging their ears because they haven't seen it yet.
Oh, okay.
But, you guys are gonna be editing this.
Yeah.
You guys are fucked. Anyways, I believe next time we're filming, we will have a special guest and we might talk more about Iron Man 3.
Yeah.
Which would be kinda cool.
Even if we don't talk about Iron Man 3, this guest is going to be worth it because it's just, trust us. We really hope you enjoyed the first, video of an ongoing series, hopefully, if we get enough hits and viewers. I'm James.
Isaac.
And this is Comics on the Rocks. Thanks for listening.
Start to finish.